Hello, welcome to the video. My name's Dychronic. We're going to be showing you where the Xur is. So let's hop right into it, shall we? Anyways, you can find the Xur on Nessus. Just head over to the Watcher's Grave. You can find him in his regular location on top of the giant golden barge. I still don't understand how I have questions about where the Xur is on Nessus, but gold. This is a high overview of everything that he does have available, in case this is all you cared about. May I just mention, this is new. The base game items now have a little symbol of the Red Roar symbol on the top left of their thingy. Starting up with the weapon today, we have the Black Talon. Used to be the only sword in the game that could use a ranged attack, where you use the heavy button and it fires a heavy projectile attack, and heavy attacks are stronger with full energy, as are any heavy attacks, and attacks partially bypass elemental shields. A lot of swords have that ability. Now I say it used to be because we have that new legendary sword with this season that looks just like the Boltcaster, or not looks like, but acts just like the Boltcaster from Destiny 1, so there now is a legendary version as well. I'm interested to see exactly how they perform as far as DPS go. And it does actually have a catalyst, so you can do more stuff after blocking a shot. As far as the weapon goes, I've not really found much interest in it outside of when I'm required to use swords for certain things, but when it comes to DPS, I would rather use most adaptive swords with Whirlwind and Relentless, so there's just not many instances that I would actually use the Black Talon, and I wouldn't really recommend it for much. Moving on to the Hunter Exotic today, we have the Raiden Flux. One of the best Hunter Exotics in the game, if I may say so myself. The reason that is because quick successive attacks with the Arc Staff increase its damage output and duration. So in your super with Arc Staff, any one of the 3 different Arc Staffs, your attacks make it so it lasts longer, and it makes it so it does more damage. Now in my opinion, this makes it one of the best ad-slaying supers in the entire game. It has a really high amount of damage, a decent AoE on its swing, and it lasts for a very, very long time. And on top of that, there's an ornament that also makes it look really, really cool. I love the new ornament they gave for last season, was it, or something? Yeah, last season. Yeah, look at that symbol, last season. You know what I just realized? If you look at the arm right here, it looks like he's wearing a pair of gloves. Like, they very specifically wanted to raise up the gloves section of the arm, and I don't know why it bothers me. Whoa, hold on a minute here. I was gonna say, as for the roll, total stat 62, excuse me, 62, 60? Well, this is new. If you guys did not know before, on the last Xur and before, it was around 52 was the highest you'd see on these Xur sold exotics, but now the total stats at 62 means they brought them up to a reasonable level, which is excellent, making the Xur a lot better of an option. As far as the stat distribution goes, strength is not really something you want with this. Resilience is okay, recovery is good. Honestly, I would like to see a lot of intellect, because that's exactly what you'd want to use the Raiden Flux for, getting your super very often. So I would say very poor roll for a very above average exotic. Moving on to the Titan exotic, we have the Synthoceps. Yet another exotic that's in my top 10, a very good exotic for what it does. Its main perk, Biotic Enhancements, increases the melee lunge range, which is really good for PvP, and improves the melee and super damage while you're surrounded. That amount of improvement is 50%. In PvP, surrounded is 2 people, in PvE, surrounded is 3 people, and if you're using a super and you want to kill lots of ad, especially in higher level Nightfalls like Master and Grandmaster, doing more super damage can mean the difference between getting certain kills. So definitely an exotic that is quite nice. I see a primary in recovery. Hold on a second before we continue along. Yes, I see a primary in recovery with 20, which is a very, very high amount. So definitely a very good roll for PvP and just general stuff. I see secondaries in discipline, then resilience, and intellect. So I would say a pretty good stat distribution of things that you'd want. Obviously, you don't really want that much resilience, but it's not a bad roll. I would say it's a very good roll for definitely an above average top 10 exotic for Titan. Why do Warlock exotics make the legs so skinny? I don't understand what about it. They're just like, no ass, skinny. That's how Warlocks are. We're not giving them anything else. Anyways, this is the Warlock exotic. We have the Promethean Spur. Main perk, Embers of Light. While Daybreak is active, defeating combatants or guardians create a healing and empowering rift at their location. Scatter those rifts across the battlefield, which sounds cool, but really isn't that great, to be honest with you. It's not really something that gives you a specific advantage that you'd want to harness, and that's why I don't know when I would use it. As far as the roll goes, primary and intellect, effect, excellent for this exotic because the fact it is based on getting the super very fast. Secondary in recovery is always nice to have, especially for Warlock, to give you more rift stuff. Outside of that, everything seems to be pretty smooth across the board. So I'd say an above average roll for a very below average exotic. Honestly, it just needs to get a bit thicker, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it sounds interesting right now. That's cool. It sounds interesting right now, but it just needs to get a little bit thicker. And for those of you who are looking to level up quickly, the Xur is actually a potential avenue of leveling up a lot faster. And I recommend this pretty much every single time we have the Xur and we have a new season. A great way to level up your alternate characters is to get on your character with the highest amount of power on it and then buy the item for your other characters. For example, my hunter literally has not started this DLC at all, and I can get him started with a 1028 chest piece, which is really nice to have. So I'm just gonna buy that. I'll get my Warlock one as well because he's also making his way up the rounds. And of course, just for fun, let's go ahead and get this exotic engram because this is guaranteed to be a high stat roll. Every exotic engram is guaranteed to be a high stat roll, and this one is no exception. We can see this one is at a 1027, which is in line with the other thing that I have. Outside of that, make sure you're picking up your 5 of swords if you want high scoring nightfalls on the other nightfalls, and of course the Invitation of the Nine for some powerful gear and lore. If you're looking to level up, this is free. If you have it all saved up and just have the mission to do, this could be easy, powerful gear. But yeah, anyways, that is going to be the end of the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, any concerns, and how you have been leveling up. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the DLC. Obviously, it's not the most insane DLC. It's mostly a chance to just catch up on stuff that we have in the past. We do know that a lot of things are gonna be removed from Destiny 2, so you should definitely get that stuff done sooner rather than later. For example, if you don't have Menagerie stuff or Crown of Sorrows stuff like I do, and you don't have Anarchy, you should go and get it now because you're gonna lose the opportunity to get a lot of these things. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, my name has been Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one. Woo! Aya! That's what a Titan means.